What's up YouTube, Demi here. This is a very short build guide slash showcase for the first time I've ever played Cast on CoC Discharge. This is Cospri's Discharge. I'll be doing this map as a display as I talk shit. Basically on stream I died on Lemon Prime at level 99 at 54% or something, and so I was like, fuck this, and then I made a new character. Not made, respect a character. This is my Trapper from last league. Level 92 Assassin. I was like, I've never played Cast on CoC before, let's look up a guide. So I looked up a guide, which I will have linked in the description below this video. I more or less just copy-pasted most of it, and yep. I made Cast on CoC, it's pretty good, it's pretty fun. I die to reflect a lot, which is why I'm doing a minus max map, just for you guys, so you can see me die. Other than that, I'm abusing Wise Oak penetration, because I have perfect lightning, I have the same lightning and fire res, so I get fire and lightning penetration, and I take less cold damage. My discharge is 6 endurances and 6 power charges, so it's almost always, it's always fire and lightning, so I get the pen. It's pretty great. Discharge. I don't know which discharge this is. It's discharge. It does things. More or less though, the build just goes really fucking fast. I use it to crush some maps. I actually got 2 levels in, I don't know, a couple hours. From 90 to 92. With a couple deaths thrown in there, so if I hadn't died I probably would have gotten there sooner, but it's really fucking fast. It's pretty fun. I can understand the draw to this build. Especially Cospri's, it's so fast. So I'm using 4-link shield charge for your general clear, and then for boss fights I use the Cyclone, which also casts Cospri's Discharge at the same time, so like I have 2 discharges for boss fights, which is pretty good. Core items for the build: 6-link Vol's Protector, Vol's Devotion, and Cospri's Malice. Other than that, the rest of the gear is just like whatever ES gear you can afford. And then boots, if you can afford them and want to use them, you can use Death Doors. Death Doors is pretty nice. It gives you an extra endurance charge, gives you bleed immunity, has movement speed and has strength on it, and all res. Okay, yes, so that's like all the things we want. Everyone was like, I kept thinking I needed stun immunity somehow, but you're immune to stun while cycloning. There's this very, very small millisecond of a window where you stop cycloning and then start the next attack. But I didn't really think that was an issue, because I've been stunned a couple times, like when I'm shield charging, but when you're cycloning, you don't get shields, you don't get stunned. So for boss fights, it's great. But yeah, let me show show my gear and tree, whatever. Fender this trash.
Good luck with your maps.
Alright, so skill tree looks like this. The main things are you grab as many charges as you can, so power charge, and endurance charge here with an intuitive leap, so you can grab these 3 keystones without having to allocate all of these extra points. It's great. Other than that, you get Equilibrium keystone, you get CI keystone, and Volpact. Jewels, you go for things like global crit multi with elemental, crit multi with fire, lightning, cold. Doesn't matter because discharge is tagged with all 3. Spell AoE, fire, cold, lightning. So it's also AoE, so you have to grab the AoE nodes, obviously. You get these AoE nodes, you get these AoE nodes. And then elemental damage, spell damage, crit multi, attack speed. Attack speed is pretty important, and accuracy as well, so that you can move faster with your shield charge, and then accuracy so you can actually reliably crit with your attacks. So we're not RT, we need some accuracy on gear and tree. So what we got here? Jewels, as I was saying, you want spell damage, area damage, global crit multi, the triple LE crit multi, or crit multi with global crit multi, sorry. And then like spell damage while holding a shield, area damage. You want attack speed as well, so attack speed with swords, attack speed while holding a shield, generic attack speed, ES, stats if you need them. You need 1 mana gain on hit jewel from what I've seen for your Cyclone to sustain. So I have 1 + 2 mana gain on hit shield. My jewels are very far from optimized. I just put a bunch on for my stash. So this one's triple multi, crit strike chance. This one's mana gain on hit, attack speed. This one is attack speed, area damage. Crit multi, proj. Attack speed, ES. Attack speed, crit multi with cold and melee damage. If that was area damage, this would be pretty good. And this one is the intuitive leap. This is required so you can grab these nodes without having to spend 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 total points. Instead of 8 points, you just spend the 3. It's pretty nice. And then yeah, judge generic spell crit, power charge damages, spell crit, crit multi, spell crit, whatever. I'll have the tree in the description below and the forum guide that I followed, which was this one. It's by Rexios. Mostly just followed it. I changed a couple things, like my links are a little bit different, but it's Cospri's Vols of Devotion. The rest of your gear is ES, 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 Elrion Diamond Rings, Death's Doors, and then his jewels are pretty similar to mine. Oh yeah, the cool part that I figured out is, or not figured out, we figured out together on stream is that, fuck, what's the button? I have the same fire and lightning res, so I have 26% lightning and fire pen with my Wise Oak up, which is pretty good. I don't think it shows that. Yeah, it does. 32 and 32. Pretty good, honestly. Oh, I didn't go over ascendancies. You go Assassin for this, so you get power charges on non-crit, huge chunks of crit multi, power charges, etc. And then you get crit multi and culling strike, etc. So yeah, this is the video guide or forum guide that I followed. I'll have it linked in the description. Yeah, it's pretty good. There you go. Hope you guys enjoy this build. If you make it, it's really fast. It's not so good at single target, but other than that, it's great. Yeah, I'll just do a quick mouse over in my gear. Discharge enchant, accuracy res, vols, crit for spells, ES, res, -8 Elrion rings with ES, -8 Elrion rings with ES res. More attack and cast speed gloves. If you're assassin, this is really good so you can go faster. If you're not assassin, like if you're trickster, I think you want the 3.5% crit insanity or crit essence to the socketed gems, so your shield charge crits. And then belt, you want a pen belt or a ES belt with like ES strength res, whatever. Death's Doors if you can afford them and want to use them. Otherwise, just use a bleed flask. Flasks, Vingtars, diamond flask, the Wise Oak, onslaught flask, and a freeze flask. Ruby and lightning so that I can keep my figgies balanced when I flask. So I'm still at res. Still even res cap, which is great. But yeah, that's Demi out. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments or ask in that forum guide.